Blessings and happy Halloween or Samhain, depending on how you pronounce it. Um, it is a one crazy energy day. It does not feel like Halloween, but the energy's there. By me, it's windy, it's chilly. For Arizona, anyway, it's like 70, which is nice to everybody, I'm sure, in other parts of the country. Um, But I'll tell you, it's like a ghost town by me. Silent. It's eerie. And what better way to have a spooky Halloween than to have an eerie, silent hill kind of feeling, you know? Um, I thought of so many different things to do today since it's Halloween. And I was doing some research, um, you know, dating thousands of years back. I mean, Samhain has been in the Celtic as a Celtic holiday, Sabbath within Wiccan tradition, and all forms of Wiccan traditions, pagan. It's all a holiday for the end of summer and the end of um, your abundance, the your farmers' gifts as far as your vegetables, your harvest. That's really the end of it all, and it's the beginning of the dead of winter. Hence, All Saints' Day being tomorrow, which I'll talk about that in a second. But back to the Samhain or Samhain, Gaelic pronunciation. Uh, Samhain has been traditionally thousands of years ago bonfires, and they would wear masks to ward off the evil spirits. Um, those days, even prior to that, there was some very grotesque rituals that would occur. And I was going to go that route, but then I figured we're not going to do that. I think it's inappropriate for Llamaskar community. Um, it's heavy ritualistic, but we're going to bypass that and go to pretty much the ninth century, where the Romans or Pope Gregory or someone changed it to Hallows Eve and All Saints Day for tomorrow. And it's still considered when our ancestors come back and walk on the earth amongst us again. Spirits come out and play, all different kinds. I mean, you got the evil and the good out there. Um, of course, it depends on the area that you're in. If you're going to go travel into a cemetery, you might want to be mindful. But we're going to talk about that here shortly as well. Some of the other facts about Halloween that never came into play here in Americas until the late 1800s, 1907 is when Halloween became a tradition here in America. And I found it interesting on the oldest candy, Halloween candy ever, is that candy corn. I don't know about you guys, but I can't stand candy corn. Okay. I think candy corn is nasty. But the funny thing about it is the shape of those were mimicked because mostly in the late 1800s, when that candy was first made and created, their chicken feed looked like it resembled candy corn. So that's why they created it, is to mimic their chicken feed. So I found that to be pretty funny. But let's go ahead and fast track to 2023. The veil is gone. It's been lifted for a few years now. We're in a whole different higher consciousness than our predecessors thousands of years ago. So, what I want to discuss today are ghosts, apparitions, and orbs. We all know what orbs are. We've seen them in pictures. We've seen them in live videos where they'll be zipping around. You know, who knows? You guys might see one or two. I don't know. It's kind of light here. But for instance, ghosts, they're going to come. They're going to be around. They're always around. It's energy, party people. We ourselves are electrical bodies. We are energy in motion. We are just as welcomed here as they are on Mother Earth. So let's keep that in mind. They're around us. They've always been around us. Now that the veil is completely gone and lifted, and being on Halloween, Hallows Eve, Samhain, it is a magical time indeed. It just sets the stage for the spirits to walk amongst us tonight, our ancestors especially. And there are other ghosts that come out and play tricks, hence trick or treat. So, and you got to be mindful of when you're meeting other spirits, because not all spirits have, you know, good intentions, or your good intentions in even coming into a factor. So when we're dealing with some of these spirits, or if we don't want them around, take a bowl of water and add kosher salt and place them in each of your rooms, especially in your bedroom when you go to sleep at night, because that's when they're predominantly going to be coming and playing, is in the middle of the night. They always come every day by me because they'll jump on the edge of my bed. Like, I'll feel them, and it's not my cat. I'll look, and my cat's not even in the room. They'll jump on the edge of your bed, and you'll feel them. I felt them walk along my pillow, above my head. I've felt that before. And I've even seen them throughout the years. And most of us have seen something, whether it be from childhood, um, a heavy drinking night back in the day, or um, some plant medicine, whatever it may be. It releases our inhibitions, so we're able to see a lot more. Meditation through your mind's eye, you'll see things. But when you're actually seeing it with your own two eyes, it's a little different. Once you see, you can't unsee. So be mindful of what you wish for too. I myself, for decades, I've always been claiming sight beyond sight. Well, one day, you know, nothing spooked me that much. I mean, I've seen many things, but it's not enough. Like, I want to see it regularly, not just bits and pieces, clips here and there. You know, I want it fluid in my life, because I walk amongst Mother Earth and these beings and the elementals. They're there. We're in the fifth dimension now, but living in 3D, 4D level. 5D, fifth dimension, is just a frequency in the mind and an energy. So the higher we vibrate, the more attractive we're going to be to some of these spirits, good or bad. The negative spirits will come and observe us because they're like, whoa, we've never seen you here before. I'm going to check you out. And they're harmless. They're just watching you. I've had some strange winged, like flies on a wall with metal wings hovering in the corner, just observing me. I don't know what they are. I've never seen anything like it. Something from the insectoids, but at a higher level, a higher dimension, you know, other than 2D insect world. You know what I mean? So when we see some of these ghosts, most of them are here because they're either trapped in this lifetime and they roam amongst randomly, and looking for a crossover. Now, if you choose to interact with these beings, be mindful not to get too attached, because not all of them have positive emotions. And I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But when you do a crossover, all you do is make sure you send them to the light. All of them, all part of them, go to the light. They don't need to be hanging around your space anymore. That's not necessary. They need to go. And some want to come and help, or they want you to find something, or they need help with something that happened 1,000 years ago that you have no idea where to even begin. Send them to the light. You don't want to be responsible for their karma or their emotional baggage that they will place on you. It's very important that we are observant like this, because if we get caught up with some of these beings, it would add lifetimes of karma in a sense, because you did not partake in their lifetimes. So it would be almost like 20 times your lifetime of karma that you're going to have to deal with. Just let them go. Take them to the light, send them to the light. And those are for crossovers. The other ones that don't want to go, tell them they're not welcome in your space, because they're just going to cause havoc in your life. And I don't mean like havoc by knocking shit over in your kitchen, because they will do that too. If you have an upset fairy or an upset brownie or sprite living in your walls, they're going to cause havoc in your life. You'll try to find your wallet one day and it'll be gone. You don't even know where it is. You'll find it behind a dresser 3 weeks later that you never even thought was to look there. Random things like that. Apparitions. Apparitions are just movement of energy, like a haze. Like you'll see a haze just moving by. Usually from the corner of your eyes, you'll see a black fade or something just quickly move away. Let them be too. They've always been around you and your space, or they could just be on a rotation. That's all they do, is just circle the block, so to speak. And they never leave that rotation. So those are spirits that are also stuck in a cycle that they put themselves in. So don't try to, save the world, don't do that. They want to, if they don't want to cross over, let them be. We don't need to be in awe when we see a fairy. Yes, it's magical, it's beautiful, but they're not always there for your benefit. They could be doing their own thing, and now you're going to bother them in their world. Some of them aren't going to be happy about that. And I'm speaking of this now because, I'm all about meeting the elementals and, hey, they come around, great, that's awesome. But a friend of mine's dealing with a pretty nasty one right now out where he goes fishing. And it's not because he did anything wrong. It's because the landscapers around that pond broke down a lot of the weeds and everything on the edge of the water to clean up for the winter, and that apparently pissed him off. And he's about 2 feet tall, and he literally was giving him a sour face, growling, running at him. It's quite interesting. Um, they are out there, and you might not even have done it, but they just see you as another human wrecking their world. That's why they went into the underground and deep into the nature um, hundreds of years ago, because humans ruined it. But now they're coming back around. So let's be mindful of our littering. If you're walking by, you see a cup on the ground, pick it up, throw it in the garbage. The elementals are going to come to you more quicker than someone that's not doing something for the environment. So outside of that, orbs. When we're dealing with orbs, it's the same concept. They're balls of energy in motion. You'll see them in pictures, you'll see them around, corner of your eye. Some of the colors to look out for. Your white or silver orbs are your most common that you'll see. And they're to be positive, okay, beings, but they're also stuck here. So we got to keep that in mind as well. They're around us for a reason. They're either stuck in this plane and they can't get out, or they're trapped. Either way, we can release them if we want to, if we choose to engage. Red or orange herbs. Yeah, okay, herbs. Red or orange herbs are generally warm and protective spirits. Those could be our ancestors. They could be teachers, nurses, parents, a mother, a father. So those are going to be your red or orange colored orbs. There I go with the herbs again. Now your black orbs or brown, or have a dark hue to them, those are holding a lot of negative emotions. Those are lower vibrational orbs. You definitely don't want to interact with them. Leave them be, let them pass on by, or if they're in an area that you're about to walk into and your gut doesn't give you a warning first, and you happen to see darker orbs, then you know that's an area not to go near or go in. And that's for your own protection. Because some of those darker energies, and they're not evil spirits. Let me just get that right out there. Those are not evil spirits. They're just heavily emotional baggage for however long of lifetimes that they've been around. Okay? So keep that in mind. Your green orbs are always associated with nature. They represent oneness with the earth and with the heart. Green orbs, you'll see them in pictures. I've seen a lot in pictures. If you get to see them, you can see orbs within auras too. And this is just an idea of not just reading orbs, but reading auras as well. Next one are blue orbs, and they're obviously a calming and healing feeling. They might represent some sort of truth because of the throat chakra. If you're looking for answers or try to contact a specific spirit from the afterlife, you will see blue orbs or in your mind's eye. That's where I see a lot, is in the mind's eye. Reds, yellows, blues, greens, turquoise. I see turquoise a lot. So these are also some other color variations for reading people's auras as well. We can do another class on auras if you want. Just let me know, party people. But as far as your ghosts and your apparitions and your orbs, have fun with them, observe them, see the beauty in them. And if you want to interact, interact. Just prepare yourself, just know that they could be tricksters, especially in this energy now, because we're in autumn. We're moving into almost Yule, um, winter season. I mean, it's here. This basically November 1st is tomorrow. So there's going to be the undines out there, as we call them in the elemental world. And the undines are your dark fae, your tricksters. And there's still good ones too that ride that dark. I'm a shadow worker, so I ride that shadow more than light, because that's where my strength lies. Because I've come out of the darkness through the light. So that's where I feel most comfortable. But be mindful. Also, if you want more protection, take an amethyst stone, put it under your pillow when you go to sleep tonight. That'll protect you from psychic attacks. That'll give you prophetic dreams. That'll protect you while you're astral traveling, if you choose to astral travel, which is a great time tonight. I will be. I'm actually doing a sleep study. So it'll be interesting because I'm looking at it as a staycation in some other building. So I'll be looking for spirits myself tonight. And I might actually go live with it on TikTok just for shits and giggles, But that's all we have for this Tuesday elemental chest with me, JerseyMoon. Feel free to check me out on other platforms, TikTok, Instagram, now on Discord, and I believe we're going to be doing some Twitch as well. So until Friday, I'll be doing my live tarot reading for the weekend, and you'll see me again on next Tuesday and the next new moon. Magical blessings, party people.